What's going on, Taurus, and welcome to your reading. I'm Angela, and this is the Tarot Cafe. So I'll go ahead and get into your reading. I do have your cards, your oracle cards at least, out here on the table, and I'll go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start with a card at the bottom of the deck, and it is the Maiden. Now, with this card, when it first initially came out, because I had to stop this and re-record, not that you needed to know that. But I was getting the vibe that, Taurus, you were kind of struggling with your feminine energy, like you were uncomfortable in your feminine energy, like, I don't know, and I feel like for some of you, this has to do with your mother. There could be like, I'm not a psychologist, okay, so I don't like really spewing psychological terminology or whatever, but there may be some like mother wounds or something to do with your mother, maybe the relationship with your mother, that maybe kind of taught you, whatever the situation between you and your mother may have taught you how to kind of bury your feminine needs, or like, don't ask too much, don't you're not really understanding how to receive, or you feel uncomfortable receiving, you feel uncomfortable being maybe delicate, even though femininity isn't just about being delicate, but it is a more softer energy. Maybe you don't feel as comfortable being that way. And there was also something here about feeling uncomfortable with touching yourself, the sensual side of femininity, expressing yourself sexually. So yeah, that's what I was getting with the Maiden. You might have some surrounding issues with that, and if you do not, completely fine. So the next card I have here, and we have is, which I actually find these two cards that came out very interesting. I feel like there's like a very interesting energy with you, Taurus. We have Gnosis, and I felt like I was only pulling two for each zodiac sign, but you got three. Actually, you got four. And then we have the Shadow. Now, this is exactly what I'm getting, especially with the Shadow card. I feel like, I know there's like this big, like, the Shadow is always kind of taking a hit, as a negative energy, the shadow self. But actually, the shadow side is a very productive energy. This isn't, it is about confronting your dark side or whatever, but the shadow side is actually the most raw version of yourself, the most hidden version of yourself, obviously with the shadow here. But it's like, it's not the side that society, or what you think society doesn't want to know or doesn't want to meet or doesn't need to meet, so we hide it away in the shadow. Like, it's that version of yourself. And oof, child, look, there is like, now Gnosis is about like esoterical knowledge, hidden knowledge, mysticism, not gaining your information from books. That's always my thing. Like, anybody can read a book. Okay, and just think about all the scholars who have written all these books. Majority of them have some sort of epiphany or something, or some sort of inspiration from what I believe is a higher realm to gain this knowledge. And I feel like for you, Taurus, this is what your shadow is trying to teach you. And I'm getting goosebumps. Like, there's maybe some hidden knowledge, could be even a wealth of knowledge, not just to help you out, but it's like, it could be energy and information and wisdom to even guide others. For some of you, it is just to help you out, okay? But there's something about knowing, knowledge, wisdom, and this isn't like well-known information, but there's something specific for you, Taurus, that Spirit is kind of wanting to exchange with you. And for some of you, it's something that you would obviously need to keep hidden in the shadows, because it's like Spirit wants to be intimate with you, like they want to like share and connect with you on an intimate level, not this surface level bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, not you picking up 1,000 esoterical books from Barnes and Noble. This isn't that type of bullshit. Not any marketable information. Okay, not in a pretty package with a nice book cover. You know, this is like real raw information that spirit wants to exchange with you. There's something here about, it's like, this is going to sound weird. It's like you are spirit's Pandora box. It's not really time for you to be open with this information once you receive it. It's like spirit wants to fill the box, which is you, Taurus, and close the lid and then open it at that right time. And you're not going to find this information in a book. You're not going to find it in Barnes and Nobles. You're not going to find it on YouTube either. It's like something spirit wants to share with you, but you got to be open to it. You got to push away the fancy books with all the pretty little book covers and all that. This isn't what it is. This isn't a marketing tactic. This is real, raw information that spirit wants to exchange with you. And the only way you're going to get it is by being intimate with spirit, sharing. Like, it's like the kiss of, you know, there's like the kiss of death. Like, this isn't that, obviously. This is just like intimacy. You see how they're holding hands here? And then it's like, this is like secretive here with the moon here. And it's also in the dark, in the shadow. So it's like spirit wants to meet with you, just you, Taurus, only you, and exchange some wisdom. But you're not, Taurus, you're not in a position of receptivity. There's something you need to work on, your feminine energy, and just being very present, being very still, and being very open to receive. As I was talking about with the feminine energy, being open to receive, being comfortable with being intimate with spirit. I was about to say God. You know, to me, I'm not talking about, you know, spirits. When I'm saying spirit, I'm talking about the source of all, the creator of all, wants to be intimate with you, Taurus. But you have to be open to it. And if you're not open, I mean, spirit's not going to come banging down your door. I mean, maybe they may create some events to kind of bring you down. We don't want that, but it's okay to be intimate. I mean, it's okay to read your little pretty books you get from Barnes and Noble, but they're really not helping you the way an intimate relationship with spirit would help you. Do you understand what I'm saying, Taurus? I'm pretty sure you do. Anyway, let's go ahead with some, what are these, tarot cards? I have to say, Kim Kranz, she's onto something with her imagery, because these cards, I'm telling you, they just, like, they really like jumpstart. They jumpstart the energy for these readings. I have to be honest. Okay. All right, Spirit, what do we have here? What messages do we have for? One other thing is, it's okay, Taurus, to live in the shadow sometimes, to kind of lurk in that dark space of yourself. You have to kind of understand yourself. You have to understand the lowest parts of yourself, the darkest parts of yourself, and become comfortable with it. I'm a Scorpio, sun and moon, so it's second nature for me. So it's not a problem. Do you understand? So that's just something. I know with a lot of earth signs in my experience, you guys are very, like, emotions and expression and darkness is kind of daunting to you, especially for like Virgos, which doesn't make sense because the Hermit is, you know, your tarot card, and because the Hermit is usually, you know, hanging out in a cave, it would just be seeming like it just makes sense. Anyway, Spirit, sorry. What do you have? What more do you have for Taurus, even though we're already hitting 10 minutes? Okay, I think really here, let me just finish with getting the cards. There's something in the past, Taurus. I feel like you need to reflect on something, some event in the past. This could have to do with your mother. It could be to do with your upbringing. Something in your past you need to reflect on. You don't necessarily need to revisit it, but I feel like you need to go back to these emotions with the Eight of Cups here. Do you see how the cups here are all like broken? I don't know if you can see that. But I feel like in order for you to become more comfortable in your feminine energy, you know, emotions are the feminine energy, right? It's like you need to go back, deal with these emotions that you possibly have tucked away in the shadows, that you kind of hidden them and never looked back. You didn't want to deal with them, or maybe you didn't have time to deal with them, but you need to go back here. Not to stay, just to revisit and reflect. And this is going to begin to repair you. This is going to begin to bring you into balance with yourself, both your feminine and masculine energies. Oops, sorry. Your feminine and masculine energies will kind of begin to balance out, mirroring one another. Like it's almost like you becoming your own twin flame, becoming your own soulmate, you becoming your own best friend. Oh my goodness, my daughter learned how to do FaceTime and she just loves calling me. Anyway, so, and she's a Taurus too. So yeah, it's like you need to revisit the past to kind of, it's hot in here, heal the emotions that you kind of tucked away, haven't really looked at in a long time. And it's just time so that you can get this information from spirit, this wisdom, this hidden knowledge, become Pandora's box for spirit. And then when it's time, spirit is just going to open that box and it's going to create a new opportunity, a new way of life for you. This doesn't mean like materially, even though it could be with the Ace of Pentacles, but mostly I feel like this is more on a spiritual level. Like your spirituality will become more grounded, more solid, more real, more rooted. And it's not going to come from a book from Barnes and Noble. So we do, and look, we have the Six of Wands right after this. So this is going to bring you some sort of success, but not in like a strong, like a material. I'm not getting this like a strong material wealth. This is like wealth within yourself, spiritual wealth, Taurus. And that's the message. I feel like the oracle cards, and then again with the balanced energy with justice here, I feel like that is, and then we have the Two of Pentacles here, Taurus, right behind that. So you need to really, I'm not here to tell you what you need. Actually, I am telling you what you need to do. You need to tap into your feminine energy and begin to become more comfortable with it. However you decide to do that, that is your choice. I feel like spirit will ultimately guide you on that if you're open to it. Spirit's not going to force the energy onto you. They're not going to force the wisdom on you. But there is a desire from spirit to become very intimate with you. But this intimacy isn't to be shared. It's just something to be exchanged between you and Spirit, and that's it. Until Spirit decides to open the box and let all the things that was shared with you out. All right, Taurus? I hope that message finds you well. Please let me know down in the comments section below, and I will talk to you guys later.